Are you a talented footballer with the potential to go all of the way, but you've never been spotted or had a trial? Well, all you need to do is check out a brand new innovative business that I've started with my partners called Scout Size. It gives you a chance to get spotted by our network of scouts to try and get you a trial at a professional club. Scout Size places you in front of a professional scout who will assess your talent. You simply need to visit our website right now and upload your clips as directed. Our scouts will then view them and give you a full assessment. If you meet a certain criteria, your details will be sent to scouts at professional football clubs for them to come and see you play. It's as simple as that. So visit scoutsize.com right now and send in your clips, and a scout could be coming to watch you play at your next game. AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that will be linked with a transfer move to Arsenal. Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Don't forget, for Scout Size SE50, use that code to get yourself 50% off today. Today is the 30th of June, a very significant day when it comes to transfers, when it comes to players' contracts, because the 30th of June is when many players' contracts end, or if a player's contract is coming to an end, it could be his last day at a club, which is the case for quite a lot of players at Arsenal who are leaving, including Thomas Partey. After 5 years at Arsenal, remember we brought him in, we met his release clause when he was at Atletico Madrid. He is leaving the club. We've not been able to make an agreement with him, and he is going to be leaving. He's got lots of options. I see lots of clubs after him: Barcelona, AC Milan, Inter Milan. But Partey is leaving. Had a good season last year, but he's really had a real injury hit time since he's been at Arsenal. But he is leaving the club. Jorginho, of course, has also already left. Saw him yesterday playing for Flamengo, who went out of the Club World Cup. But the replacements are already being brought in for them. Martin Zubimendi, as we know, and Cristhian Mosquera. They're the two replacements for those two defensive midfielders that are leaving the club. And they will be announced this week, as will Kepa as the new second goalkeeper as well. So some activity been happening with Arsenal, and I expect to see some of those announcements this week now that we have passed that 30th of June date. What about Cristhian Mosquera? He's been heavily linked, the centre-back from Valencia. Now, Arsenal are looking to try and get this deal tied up this week as well. So a lot of movement from Arsenal for the centre-back. Remember, they put in an opening bid said to be around about 14 million euros, which was rejected by Valencia. All the talk is that they're set to go back in again this week with a bid of 20 million euros to try and get this deal done, even though Valencia is said to be looking for around about 29 million euros, but there will be a compromise on this. The player himself, Mosquera, wants to come to Arsenal. Fabrizio Romano reporting yesterday that there's a full agreement between the player and Arsenal. He's said to be not scared of the competition and wants to come to Arsenal. Under 21 Spanish player. Very, very highly thought of, and hopefully, if all goes right, he should be joining Arsenal this week as well. But it's what's happening with the strikers continually, every day, what we talk about. Viktor Gyökeres, the latest updates on him. Now, he was set to return to training tomorrow, July the 1st, but we know this big dispute is going on between Viktor Gyökeres at the moment and Sporting. They've actually said to him that he doesn't have to return yet. He can return on the 7th of July. So hopefully that gives him this week to sort out his future. Hopefully this can get sorted out this week, because Gyökeres has basically already said he ain't coming back anyway to any training. Then you see the Sporting president. He's been doubling down on what he's been saying, that he's not going to sell Viktor Gyökeres on the cheap. He doesn't care about any so-called agreement that's been made in the past. He's not going to do it. And there's a real standoff here with Arsenal waiting in the wings, Man United waiting in the wings to find out what the actual price is going to be. Arsenal was said to have had an agreement with Gyökeres for a deal worth around 60 million euros, which would be about 51.31 million pounds. Sporting apparently want 80 million euros, which is about 68 million. So you can see big gap in the valuations there. What is going to be agreed upon? Can a compromise be reached this week? If they're asking him to come back to training on the 7th of July, surely they want to avoid, the real sort of bad vibes of the player going on strike effectively. So let's see how this one works out. Could this all be sorted out this week? The saga, Gyökeres, Sesko. I just love to see this just get sorted out. I don't know about you. It's just dragging on. By the way, on yesterday's show, we did a poll. Would you have Nicholas Jackson at Arsenal? Remember, he's been linked with Arsenal. The journalist Duncan Castle saying that Arsenal showing an interest in Nicholas Jackson. 99% of you said no. 99%. I have never... If you ever want it overwhelming, that's it. Maybe show this video to Andrea Berta or anybody. I don't even, listen, I'm not even having this rumour anyway. I don't even think Andrea Berta is looking at Nicholas Jackson. But if they are, 99% of you are saying no thanks. I don't think it'd be 99% for this next player, though. He's been linked, according to Bild today. Hugo Ekitiké of Eintracht Frankfurt is being seriously considered by Arsenal as an alternative to both Sesko and Viktor Gyökeres. A really exciting player, had a great season last year, 22 goals in all competitions for Eintracht Frankfurt and 12 assists, 15 in the Bundesliga. That's actually only slightly better than Sesko. I think Sesko's 14, wasn't he? But a player that's been compared to Thierry Henry, lightning quick, scores good goals, really, really good player. As I said, had a great season. But hear this now. Eintracht Frankfurt looking for £85 million for him. This is what they've been quoting teams. Manchester United have been interested. Chelsea was showing an interest, even though they've now gone and bought in João Pedro from Brighton. £85 million. No way they're going to get that for a guy that's had one good season. Remember, he was previously at PSG. Didn't really hit off at PSG. Didn't work out for him at all. He got the big move, I think it was from Rams. Didn't work out for him. They sold him on to Eintracht Frankfurt. Now, this may be the reason why Eintracht Frankfurt are looking for such a high fee. And that's because he's got a 20% sell-on clause at PSG. That means that for anything they sell him for, 20% of that has to go to PSG. Hence why they're coming up with this enormous fee, which they're just not going to get. No one's going to pay 85 million. I don't think so anyway. I mean, Arsenal are interested apparently. Liverpool have shown strong interest as well. A host of other clubs. But 85 million pounds, I don't see it. I just feel that Arsenal is Gyökeres or Sesko. It'd be one of them two. I very, very much doubt they'd go for Ekitiké at this stage. They've also been linked today, Arsenal, with Malick Fofana. This is a very talented kid who's really been making waves in French football. Had a great season last year for Lyon. And, obviously there's lots of interest for him amongst all the top clubs in Europe. Caught offside, claiming that Arsenal, the latest club, to join the race to try and sign the talented winger. Left winger, of course, you know that Arsenal are looking for a left winger. As I said, he had a good season for Lyon last year, despite the mess that Lyon were in. Lyon, of course, have been relegated from Ligue 1 because of their financial issues. They have appealed against that. Now, Lyon is said to want around about £42 million for the Belgian, but I don't think they would get that either. That's a bit ambitious, especially if that relegation is to stick and they do end up in League 2. They're probably going to have to end up selling him on the cheap. valued at around about £30 million. So they're asking a lot for him. But a lot of clubs interested. Arsenal said to be one of those. We know we're looking for a left winger. Liverpool also another club that are interested if they lose Diaz, who looks like he could be on his way. Now, what about this one? This was very cryptic yesterday from Marca, a newspaper that we know over there in Spain are very, very close to Real Madrid. Marca yesterday, they posted this story where they said Real Madrid believe that a player will ask to leave the club soon. And then they said, and this is what they said, Real Madrid's answer to the player will be, bring an appropriate offer from a club and you can leave. They haven't said who the player is, but is this Rodrygo? Again, I don't think we're going to know clearer what's happening with Rodrygo until after the Club World Cup or until after Real Madrid exit the Club World Cup. But that was very cryptic from Marca. Could this be a sign that Rodrygo could be leaving this summer? Again, we'll get a clearer picture, I think, once the Club World Cup has finished. But we know that Arsenal are big fans of him and would love to bring him in the club. Let's wait and see how that one works out. And finally, this young prospect being linked with a move to Arsenal, Christos Mouzakitis of Olympiacos, valued at around about £10 million. He's a central midfielder now. According to Senpaya Milan, they claim that Arsenal are keeping close tabs on the talented 18-year-old Greek player. Very creative central midfield player with an eye for goal as well. Had an impressive season for an 18-year-old playing for Olympiacos. Real breakout season. Is seen as one of these top prospects around European football. And of course, Arsenal are on the lookout for top prospects. Remember, they were trying to buy that Naipan from Rosenborg, but he ended up at Manchester City. Could they be looking at this kid as an alternative, one to keep an eye on, as I said, valued at around about £10 million. So those are the rumours. Expect some announcements this week now that we've reached that 30th of June milestone. Teams as well will be looking to try and get players in now because, you know, you're getting to that stage where you're getting near to pre-season. So hopefully we get to see a lot of movement from Arsenal. Thanks for watching the show. Remember, we're here every day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hi, we've teamed up with UK Auto Claims to see if you could be eligible to score thousands in compensation. If you've had any cars, vans or motorbikes on finance between 2007 and 2021, go to ukautoclaims.co.uk to start your free simple check. Loads of you will have overpaid and payouts could be worth thousands, so you've got to look into it. Hit up the link below and check now for free.